I had a video idea in mind, but something else just kind of came to my mind where I feel like this is more on topic in terms of what I just went through. So boundary setting is so important, bro. The only way to, one of the main ways to protect your peace is to get clear on what your boundaries are and never step outside of them to appease somebody else. Now, I used to be somebody that was very much a people pleaser, and I would do the most to get people, what am I trying to say? I would do so much for other people, even if it meant that I was overextending myself or felt like I was depleting myself, because I thought that that was, you know, you're giving, and that's just what nice people do, you know? And something that I've quickly began to realize is that the more that I continue to do that, the worse I would feel, because I felt as though that I was pulling from a place that just wasn't even full, you know? Where something that just transpired is where a friend of mine was asking me to do something for them, and I said, you know, I would do it. But then as I started to shoot content, as I started to get clear on what it is that I needed to do for the day, I quickly realized that, man, I'm not gonna have time to do that. But I was at a crossroads because I felt as though that it was a decision that I had to make, where I had to ask myself, okay, this is a chance, like an old version of me, an old fear of mine is coming into my reality, where I wasn't able to set boundaries and stuff like that before, or be honest about where I'm at. Because in the past, I would just say, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I would drop everything that I need to do to help that person. But that's not authentic to me. And I didn't understand that for quite some time, because I was always taught, you know, nice people, they just kind of do things for other people. They're selfless and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with being selfless. But I think that there has to be a balance, because you have to be honest about what you can handle. And I think that in that moment, I realized, man, I really want to shoot my video. I really want to get what I need to get done. But if I do this for this person, I won't be able to. And I'll be stressing. I'll be stressing because I won't be in the right mind state for them to do whatever it is they need to do. And I'll grow to resent them because I didn't implement a boundary. And that's unfair to them, and that's also unfair to me. And I think that it's just a lose-lose situation. So yeah, I'm making this video because I know that there's a lot of people out there who have this issue when it comes to boundary setting and being clear on, you know, I can't handle this, or I don't want to do this, and being okay with that instead of feeling guilty, feeling empowered and recognize, man, you know, I got to look out for myself, because if I don't, who will? Who's going to look out for me? You know, obviously you got your friends, you got your family and stuff like that, but in moments like that where it's just you and the other person, you got to be honest about what you can handle. And I think that I'm growing and transforming out of this stage in my life where I feel guilty about putting myself first. I thought that I was putting myself first in the past, but not like this, because I'm not doing it from a selfish place. I'm doing it for the betterment of both of us and our bond. And I'm talking about not just this friend, but all my friends. Because if I'm not showing up as the best version of myself, I'm of no use or any good to anybody around me. And the only person that can make sure that I feel like me is me. So yeah, I think that it's very important to get clear on what your boundaries are. And somebody might ask, how do I know what my boundaries are? I think the best way for me in moments where I didn't know what my limits were was to ask myself, you know, there's always going to be a tension that you feel about doing something. Not always, but when you do, recognize it. Because when you do that, that's your body signaling to you that, okay, I feel uncomfortable here. Is it worth feeling uncomfortable? If not, then we got to course correct to figure out, okay, how do I get to this place where I am aligned with the person that I'm meant to be? Because I would feel that tension and I would just ignore it. And then in turn, I would blame the other person, but it's not their fault, because I agreed to do whatever it is that they wanted to do. I have to be there for myself to recognize, like, okay, I can't do this. I can't, and that's fine. And you got to be comfortable with telling people no. Because the way that my life has shifted because I tell people no, man, I still love helping people. I love helping people. I love doing stuff for people. But having the autonomy to say no, or say that I can't do this, or I don't want to do this, it's just so empowering, because now I know that I'm being honest. I'm not overextending myself. I'm not doing anything that's outside of myself. I am simply being me 100% of the time. And in turn, I think that my relationships are better because there's no resentment. There's nothing that I'm feeling like, okay, what is it? I'm not feeling angry or mad or anything like that. I'm just kind of, 1 second. Hello.
Or are you filming?
Yeah.
Oh, am I bothering you?
No, you're good.
What are you filming them over there?
No, I'm filming myself. I'm just kind of doing a talking video.
Oh, do you go to CSUN?
No.
Oh, you're just doing it for a
YouTube channel.
podcast.
A YouTube channel podcast, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe because of those people over there. No.
Oh, no. I wasn't recording them. I was recording myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate that. But yeah, back to what I was saying. That was a sweet lady. But yeah, no, I no longer feel resentment towards anybody because I'm fully in charge of what it is that I need to do to make myself feel like myself. So in moments where you find discomfort in doing something for somebody or somebody doing something that, you feel like, man, I don't feel like this is something that I should feel guilty about. Like I shouldn't feel guilty about addressing what it is that I need for myself to feel like myself and doing it from a place of love. I shouldn't feel guilty about expressing like, hey, I can't do it. I would love to. And that's kind of what I told my friend. I said, look, I thought that I would be able to do it, but honestly, given the time and just knowing what it is that I could do, I have to be honest about what I can handle, and I'm sorry, but I can't do it. And they were very understanding because I'm not lying. I didn't ghost them. I just was upfront and honest because that's really all I can be. That's really all I can do. I got to be authentic to myself. So yeah. Something that I want you to take away from this video is to understand that setting boundaries, it's uncomfortable. And it's not meant to be comfortable for you or that person. For you initially, but for that person, it's kind of like, damn, But you can't really take on that person's frustration or sadness or whatever because you implemented a boundary. Boundaries are for your protection. And if that person really loves you, they'll respect your boundaries. But if they don't, then it's like, oh, then this isn't the person that I need to keep myself around because, yeah, they're not really looking out for me, how I'm looking out for me. So I think it's important that you really take the time to get clear on what your boundaries are, because I think the more that we start to do that, the better relationships we can have, the happier we can be, the more peace we find within our lives, because we're not operating from a place of guilt. We're not operating from a place of lack. We're not operating from a place of resentment, because there's times where I would resent people because I didn't implement a boundary, but I'm allowing them to get away with whatever it is that they want to get away with. It's on me to recognize, oh no, I don't want to do this. Like prime example, I'm going on a trip to Aruba and there's a lot of activities. And at first I was feeling guilty about, maybe I miss 1 or 2 activities and I just stay in the Airbnb and I chill while everybody goes off and do their own thing. And at first I was feeling guilty about it, but then I thought about it, I'm like, bro, no, I shouldn't feel guilty because I'm already here. It's my trip as well. And honestly, I need time for myself. I'm about to be in a house with like 15 people. I need time for myself, even if it's especially on a vacation. I'm in Aruba, I'm not trying to be stressed out. So looking at it from there, the boundary set is that I can't get manipulated or allow anyone to tell me, oh, come on, bro, it's my birthday. Bro, we've already been out. We're gonna be out for 2 days, 3 days straight. I'm gonna need at least one where I could just recharge and I could be the Trent that everybody wants me to be if I get time for myself, So yeah, we'll be looking at time-wise, 9:22. I'll give it like 2 more minutes. But yeah, I think it was very important for me to make a video like this because I think that that's honestly the topic of today for me. Because I've been doing a really good job of implementing boundaries. And this is something that I wish somebody told me, because I think that more times than not, I don't think there's too many people that are honest about their boundaries in a loving way. And I think that it's important that we always do things rooted in love, because that's how people understand. That's how, when you love on people better, love is always going to be around you. And implementing boundaries is an act of self-love. And in turn, the person that you are setting the boundary from, there's going to be a level of respect there. There's going to be a more level of understanding, and they either have the choice of to meet you where you're at, rise to your expectation of the bar that you set for yourself, or they just fall away naturally. And I think that was something that I wasn't comfortable with because I was afraid of being alone. I was afraid of expressing how I really feel because being vulnerable is tough. But I think that the more time that you spend with yourself, the more time you get to know yourself, the more time you meditate, get closer to God, and all of these different types of things, you start to understand that, no, this is who I am. Being authentic to who you are is the best thing that you can do for yourself. So instead of running away from that discomfort, lean into it and ask yourself, okay, how can I transmute this into something that's beneficial for me and those around me? That was a bar. Shout out to me. But yeah, we're at 11:05. Hopefully you got a lot out of this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We're back. I'm not making excuses anymore. And that might be the topic for the next video. But if you made this far in the video, thank you all so much. My name is Trent Bishop. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.